Hey artists, this week I have a book for you to read, and it's about Henri Matisse. He was known for a kind of art that was very bright and colorful. Some people called him the wild man of color. And so, after you read that book, what we're going to do is we're going to make some art in that style. That style of art is called Fauvism. It's a style of art using bright colors to create a sense of an explosion on your paper. So some artists like things to look very realistic. They paint a picture of a landscape, and the tree and the sky and the water all look very realistic. Instead of doing that this week, we're going to be using a different technique with different lines and bright colors on our paper. And so I want you to follow along with me, and I'll show you step by step how to make your line landscape. Hello artists, today we are making these really cool line design um, landscape pictures. And so it's pretty simple. We're going to draw the landscape shape with our marker, and then you can use crayons, colored pencils, or you could even use markers to fill in the spaces with different line designs. I want you to remember that we have lots of different lines that we can use: straight lines, zigzag, bumpy, curly, dashed. We can put little designs in, polka dots, whatever we want to really make this a unique picture. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my black marker. And I like to put a tree. You can do a regular tree, you could do a palm tree, some kind of tree. So I make the trunk, and I leave it open so I can put my design inside, and then I put the outside of my tree. And that's my first step. The next step is I put a line right here to just kind of show where the sky meets the earth. So that's where the line of the ground is. And then I'm going to add some mountain shapes. So I'm going to put one over here going up, 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 up. I'm going to add another mountain coming up behind that and going behind my tree, way up high. These look really cool if we put a sun in, so I'm going to put a sun right here. You are welcome to add clouds or anything like that also. Down here I'm going to put another little mountain shape coming down this way and going across this way. And that way I have this little triangle space that I can put water in if I want, like for a lake. And then we can put like a grass shape coming this way. And if you want, you could have like a little bumpy line down here for where the rocks will be. So that's how we just get that outline shape. If you can see that outline shape of the ground, some hills, the water, we've got a tree, we've got some mountains and a sun in the sky. And then we get to get really creative with this part because we're going to add different line designs inside each piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is I can use crayons. I know you guys also have colored pencils. I couldn't find colored pencils, but I have these colored pencil sticks. But we're just going to go in and add different line designs all the way across. So for my sky, I could have just like a bumpy line. And I'm going to continue that line to fill that whole space. And so I'm going to go like this, all the way across till I have it filled in. You're going to choose whatever line you want and fill in each space with that line design you choose. Okay, so now my sky is totally filled with a bumpy line. So now I can choose something different to put in my tree. I'm going to grab the green, and I might do little swirlies. And I'm going to fill the whole tree with that same line design all the way to the edge. And you just fill it all the way up. And like I said, you don't have to only use colored pencils or crayons. You can use marker too. You can kind of switch them up. It's going to be up to you. So maybe for the trunk of my tree, there's a new line design, little swirlies. Maybe for the trunk of the tree, I want a dotted line. So I can use my marker and I can just fill the tree trunk with a dotted line that goes all the way up. And then for the next step, I can choose something to put in my sun. Maybe I'm going to do, maybe I'll just do a straight line with a curve, just like the curve of the sun. And I'm just going to follow and fill the whole shape with whatever line design I choose. And there my sun is now finished with a line design filling it up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose some color for my hill. Maybe I'll do purple. I try to use all the different colors. So for my hill, I've done a swirly line, I've done a bumpy line. Maybe I'll do a dashed line. And I can always turn my paper to make it easier for me. And I'm going to fill this space with a dashed line all the way down. I don't want to change it up. Each space will have its own design I choose. So if I picked a dashed line, I'm going to finish it with a dashed line. Dash, dash, dash. Now, you can leave it like that. You can also put two different lines in a space. So I could always add, maybe I could grab my purple crayon and put like a little circle through it too, a little dotted line. And that just adds a little extra character to that space. And it doesn't take a lot more time, but it sure makes it look even more interesting to have an extra texture. We've got all these different line designs and textures going into each space in our landscape. So that's starting to look pretty cool. And that's what you are going to do, is you're going to choose different colors and different lines or patterns to fill in each space uniquely. You can do crisscross lines, you can do straight lines, curvy lines, you can do little circles with dots, you can do shapes. It's up to you how you want to fill in your space. So now that one's filled in, and I can grab a new color and I can do a new shape or line design. Maybe on this one I will do a crisscross. And so I'm going to fill the whole mountain with that same line design and color. So each section of my picture has different lines and designs. And so right now, this is what you should be doing on your paper, is just choosing different colors. You can use markers, you can use crayons, you can use colored pencils. So far I've used all of them. And you're just filling in each space with different line designs. Okay, and I'm just going to keep going until the whole thing is filled in. And you're going to do this for every section of your paper until you don't have any empty spaces. They're all filled up with different line designs. So I'm going to go this way. I'm almost done with this mountain and I think it's looking pretty cool. almost done. All right, now I have one crisscross mountain, and it's looking really interesting. Then with my water, there's all kinds of things I could do. I could do like a bumpy line like this for my water. And then I can come back in with crayons and add an extra color or dot to the middle of these to make them look more unique. And I have to fill the whole space. All right. This is making my water look pretty cool. I think I'm going to go back with my light blue colored pencil and see if I can add a little something to my water. I think I'm just going to put a circle, like a swirly in each one. All right, that's looking pretty cool. I'll hold it up so you can see. I'm adding just a little swirly. So your job right now is to go ahead and finish coloring in every single space of your picture. And when you are finished, you will have a landscape picture that has a different color and different line design in every section. Happy coloring. Make sure you put it on the internet with a picture so I can see it and I can grade it. See you later.